during the day. Covid-19 is no respecter of persons. Let's come together and fight it.
Good morning to you all and welcome to our final press briefing for this week. This morning, we are live on a number of television, radio, and social media platforms. If you'd permit me, I'll list them. GTV, JoyNews, and multimedia social media handles, Citi TV and its social media handles, Homebase TV, TV3, Atinka TV, Ministry of Information social media handles, GNA TV and gna.org.ghana.gh. I apologize. This morning's briefing will focus on the updates on case count and case management of COVID-19 cases in Ghana. If you'd permit me, I would invite Dr. Bedu Sarkodie, Director, Public Health, Ghana Health Service, to give us the briefing. We're ready.
Thank you very much, Your Honor, Deputy Minister Information. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I give this update on behalf of the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and the situational update. The data is as at May 26, 2020. The total number of new cases that have been reported from 31 districts in 4 regions stands at 186. The regional distribution is as follows. Greater Accra region reported 140 new cases from 18 districts. Central region, 23 new cases from 5 districts. Eastern region, 9 new cases from 2 districts, and Ashanti region, 14 new cases from 6 districts. This brings us to a total of 7,303 positive cases out of 204,000 cases, 909 persons that have been tested. The test positivity rate stands at 3.55%, can round it up to 3.6%. Total number of recoveries as at the 26th stands at 2,412. Unfortunately, recorded 34 deaths. Active cases stand at 4,857. The active cases, you subtract the recovered and the deaths from the total confirmed. 14 cases are severe, but not on ventilators, and 3 cases are classified as critically ill. I'll give the regional distribution, and then Greater Accra has the highest number of cases and stands at 5,148. Ashanti region, 1,099. Central region, 360. Western region, 344. Eastern, 117, Upper West 22, Upper East 26, Volta region 59, OT 26, Western North 62, Northeast 2, Northern 36, Bono 1, Savannah 1. Just a few minutes ago, we had information Bono is having confirmed a case, but this will be brought up based on the information that we further picked from the region and then the affected district. The next few slides will give a bit of details with regards to the new cases that have been reported. In Greater Accra region, 18 districts, and then these are Ablekuma. Mostly we are mentioning the districts that reported a significant number of cases. And most of these cases and districts are old districts that have already reported cases and are being managed. Ablekuma, 47 cases, Ayawaso is 36, Ayawaso North 11, Kwali Klote 13, Okaikoi district 6 cases, and the other districts also contributed, I think, about 5 cases or less for each of them. Tema Metropolis, which recently was a hotspot, the total number of cases that were reported from Tema were 4. Eastern region reported 2 cases, reported cases from 2 districts, 7 and 2 from Akwapim North and South, respectively. Central region, 5 districts reported, and these were from Cape Coast, AAK, Fansiman. AAK reported 5, Fansiman 3, Ebura Dunkwa 1, and Upper Denchra 1. Shanto region reported cases from 6 districts, Forikrom 1, Kumasi 4, Kumasi Metro, Ajoso 1, Efija, Kwabre South 1, Mansia West 1, and Kwabre East 1. Obuase did not report any new case. And I wish to, I'm happy to report and provide the update that the 3 new hotspots that spiked cases, being Tema, Lower Menya Krobo, and Obuasi, these were clusters that produced quite a number of new cases that we have had recently. And all these districts did not report any new case within the recent times. Clear indication that the various response actions that have been put in place, trace, we test, isolate, manage the cases, they are providing good results. The next few slides will provide the geographic distribution of the cases. We start from the districts that are reported cases within the country, and then the next slide will send us to the hotspots or the geographic distribution in the regions with significant number of cases. The first one is Greater Accra, and I think this has been reported before. The various hotspots are those that are dark red, brick red, and then as per the legend below. And then the Ashanti region is the next one. The district with highest number of cases is Kumasi Metropolis, and the next one is Obuasi. The deeper the color, the more the number of cases that those districts have reported. The ongoing response actions include the following: engagement with all major stakeholders, including religious organizations, Ministry of Education, Ghana Football Association, and so on, to provide them with technical assistance as they develop their guidelines and protocol to control the situation. Risk communication is ongoing. Enhanced surveillance systems, active contact tracing, testing, and treatment are all ongoing. Governor, Deputy Minister, Information, This is the situational update of COVID-19 in Ghana as at 26th of May 2020. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bedu Sarkodie. Colleagues, we all went through the presentation with him. I don't know if there are any questions. This is the time for it.
My name is Bill Bennett, and I represent Top FM and Top TV.
I'm not so sure I'm the only one who couldn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Bill Bennett, and I represent Top FM and Top TV.
Okay.
Thank you. My questions, Doctor did mention that we are still going on with contact tracing across the country. I'd like to find out if truly the Ghana Health Services are not facing any challenges regarding the traditional contact tracing we have currently. This is because we do see that samples are taken, people have to wait for 2 weeks, and these people are still moving around in town. And there's information we are receiving as media that even after the 2 weeks, when the results come, there are some people that the Ghana Health Service are not able to find who test positive. What ways are the Ghana Health Services looking at to ensure that Ghanaians are protected? And is the Ghana Health Service also looking at rapid test kits, which currently most countries are adapting to use, since the country is looking at opening up soon? For the airports, for instance, we could have these rapid tests and even stations that would give results in 15 minutes. I believe last week the information minister asked us to go and interact with Ghanaians regarding the way forward in living with COVID. Two responses that I received after our interactions. One, the reason behind the morgues being filled are that Ghanaians are out there saying their relatives were committed and devout Christians and the churches are closed. They cannot bury their relatives from the mortuary to the cemetery. They feel that these relatives deserve at least a final funeral rite and a church service to be held. So if there's reason the presidency is wondering why Ghanaians are being adamant, they think and believe that their families deserve to be laid in church. Thank you.
So just a brief reminder that because of we only dealt with the update on the case count and case management today, our questions and submissions should be guided towards that briefing. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kojo Ajman. I work with Citi TV. On Tuesday, Dr. Patrick Kumabo just said the team is going to be sent to the Western region to assist to find out why there are more cases in the Western region, in the Takoradi municipality. Has the team gone and what did they find out? We're also told that we'll be giving update on the status of the over 200 deportees from Kuwait. We need an update from that. We're also getting reports that some members of the public who are VVIP are being treated at the Bank of Ghana Hospital. How true is this? And then my fourth question is that yesterday we had a call from the Western region that persons who test positive are being asked to bring their relatives they've come into contact with their own vehicles or through commercial vehicles. Is this true, and what is being done about such cases? Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Sarah Parku. I work with Media General. Thank you. Dr. Sarkodie, please, we want to find out what has been the challenge with the website. Yesterday we had a situation where a result was posted within few hours. It was changed again. It becomes very confusing, and then it leaves room for speculation. If you can tell us, speak a bit on that, why it happened. And then also I want to find out from the Ghana Health Service, you just mentioned that you have been in talk with some religious organizations. You mentioned a few of them on these safety protocols to ensure that the spread is contained. The EC has come up with 8 guidelines for the new voter registration exercise. I want to find out, are you in talks with them? Are you aware? The EI 64 that the president gave for restrictions on social gathering, is the EC exempted? Because we know that up to now it's 25 people. But if you are going to have this registration exercise, is the
I'm not so sure how Dr. Sarkodie can be the one to answer that one.
Because he said they are in talks with religious bodies as to how to contain the virus. I just wanted to find out if they are in talks with the EC on how to go about this registration exercise and ensuring that these things are put in place so we don't have the number increasing more. Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll take a couple of questions from Kweku, who would be reading from social media.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. So the first question is, are we seeing an increase in community spread based on the presentation that you've just done to us? The second one is, there are reports that lactating mothers and pregnant women who work as health professionals have been recalled to work. One, is the Ghana Health Service, or is this true? And if it is, why have they been called, especially when they are considered to be very, if you like, vulnerable to the situation? And then there's also another question on, okay, in spite of the achievements of the Ghana Health Service, it seems our daily number of new cases are not coming down sharply as expected. Any reasons for that? And the final one is, any updates from the test that was conducted in Parliament? Thank you.
Thanks very much. I will start from the test on the members of parliament. We have no official report on the test outcome, so it will be difficult for me to provide any updates on that for now. And then the daily number of new cases not coming down sharply. Indeed, the question indicates that daily number of new cases are coming down. The rate of downward trend is the issue, but then the curve continues to point down. So if it is not coming down sharply, it means that our adherence to the various preventive etiquettes is not as maximum as possible. So the advice is that let's adhere to these containment, prevention, and control principles. And if you do this well, you will see a sharp decline of the various daily new cases. Lactating mothers being called, there is no official direction to that. So if employers think for one reason they need their staff to come to work, well, we've engaged most of the places of work, and I've discussed with them the various risks and the people that need to stay out. And they are managers, they are using their managerial skills and principles, and if for any reason they think that the particular person or group of people should come to work, our advice has been provided, but then they also, based on the principles of management that they have at the places of work, this is the arrangement that they have. And we have requested to most employers that they have to get business continuity plan, particularly for the essential services. And once in a while, some people may be called and it may inconvenience them. Increase of spread, whether there is any increase in community spread. Indeed, if you have 1,000 and you add 1, you have 1,001. The cumulative will never come down. What is important is the rate of increase, which over the period, within the recent times, the rate of increase has been on the downward trend. We've been in talks with some of the key stakeholders, including the religious groups, and then we mentioned the EC. Indeed, the essential services, including Ghana Health Service, Ministry of Health, and other health workers, the essential services, they are still working. And they have a plan to make sure they provide their service without any undue risk to any person or group of people. So all the essential services are working, including Ghana Health Service. And then the challenges with the website. Sincerely, I think I have to render apology. The IT man put a report up there, uploaded. Quickly, he realized that it was late in the night. And these are some of the challenges that we have if people work late in the night and they have to produce an output. He realized that things were a bit different from what he wanted to punch. So quickly he had to pull this down and immediately change it. What we should have done immediately, which did not come, it was too late. We should have called some of us to advise him to put down something and apologize to the people of Ghana. This could not be done. And sincerely, our apology for that quick uploading, moving it up, and putting up a new data. It was all to be sure that whatever you maintain there is the truth, but never nothing than that. Persons being tested positive to come along with their relative to test. Indeed, what we are doing, if you are positive, the various contacts, you don't bring them. We come to you, to the place of work, to the place of residence, and line list the contacts, go out there and take their samples. So what you are saying, I cannot dismiss it. What we need to do is to follow up and then find out if this is being done. It's not a practice, it's not a guideline, it's not an operative procedure, standard operative procedure that we have thrown out there. So we need to investigate, and then if that is the case, come out with a remedy. VVIP Hospital, I have not much information on that. The people that came from Kuwait. We are following up with the lab. They haven't finished with the tests of all the people that they took samples from. There are indications that some of them are positive. We will follow up this, and when you have the full reports, you share these reports appropriately. The morgue being full, people require dignified burial. I agree with you. The burial protocol indicates that the health system, the environmental health supporting the various districts, regions, to make sure that they supervise the burial of people with COVID-related deaths. This does not prevent the people to also their relatives to be part of this, but then they have to do this without undue exposure and contaminating themselves. You've given a number earlier that was outlined there by His Excellency the President, the number of people that can be part of this burial ceremony, and it adds up to 25. So indeed, you can still provide dignified burial with this number. The state will not take over the burial, and the family would be supported and provided the guide and the needed assistance for them to do this burial in dignity. Is there anything? Validation, including, there's something here. Yes, rapid diagnostic kits. Indeed, it's part of our testing policy. We have a plan for it. There have been a number of tests that have been submitted to the Food and Drug Authority for validation. Unfortunately, all those that have been validated, the characteristics for the test kits don't require that we can use them in mass testing. For a test to be used for any reason, there are some parameters that you look at. The sensitivity, that how well will this test correctly identify the positive ones. Specificity, how well will this test identify correctly the negative ones. There should be a reasonable balance, and we have not had a test with these, a validated test with good characteristics that can be used. It's still ongoing. If other countries are using that, if it comes to Ghana, you still have to assess it before you use it, and this is the process ongoing. Contact tracing and follow-up, the various challenges. The delays that we do have, initially it was quite intense. It's been reduced, and some of the testing sites, mostly the major testing site in Noguchi, now is coming close to daily reporting, and most of them are. Indeed, some of them, the tests that had been done earlier, it's quite recent that we are having the report. It's part of the previous backlog that we are managing, and things have improved. We have up to about 9 testing sites within the country, and as much as possible, the situation has improved significantly. So sorry for some of these delays. What happens is that for soon as the test report is receiving, no matter how early or late, the various contacts, all of them will be populated, line listed, and be followed up. And if there are secondary contacts out of this, they will also be managed the same. So the process and protocols have never changed, and we are going by this. Your Honor, the Deputy Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I think these are the questions I have and the response that you can provide. Thank you very much.
If there are any further questions, this will be the time. In the absence of further questions, I'll want to thank us all for our participation and for everything we sacrifice to put the credible information out to our listeners. And we would encourage everybody not to think of him or herself as just an individual, but we can only get through this eventually when we see ourselves as a community and not an individual. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. The tree stations, Dr. Vedusa, tree stations, if you can come up, then tree stations. If they are for any interview.